Okay. Great.
Do we wait for people to join?
I don't know. Yeah, we probably
That's
should.
good. Okay.
Yeah,
Hi, everybody. If you can hear
Hi.
us, say so.
I can't.
Give us a thumbs up. A thumb up or butt.
I don't see the thing showing up yet as a.
Well, yeah, because we're on a delay.
Oh,
Well, it shouldn't be a delay for the posting. Can you also
there we go.
Can you pin that to the top, Dan?
Uh,
So close back out of that, maybe.
We have our shit together, everybody, just so you know.
Hi.
We're like 100% fucking yes.
On it. So on it.
oh, to the top of the.
Yes.
Okay, let me.
If you scroll to the live. Oh, you got it. Within the event. So if you go.
Within the event.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And we're live.
Oh.
Ta-da.
Thanks, Michael. Can you hear us? We're waiting. We're giving everyone. Oh, I feel like I'm starting a work meeting. We'll wait a minute for everyone to join. How's the weather in your? I don't know.
We just play the theme music on a loop.
All right.
People would actually get to hear the rest of it.
Welcome to our quarterly earnings call, everybody.
Earnings have been low.
Uh,
Hi, Shane. Hi, Jean. Where's Jean?
Oh, it's tomorrow.
Oh, ew.
Yeah.
Have you thought about it being today?
Australia is the future. Yeah, Shane, actually, we're worried about everybody else figuring it out too. It's not, I don't remember it being this hard the last time we did one.
It was just this hard.
Spell hard?
H-A-A-A-R-R-D. Herd.
Yeah, I pinned it. I did it.
Good job
Okay.
using basic Facebook functions.
Well,
That's what we pay you for.
ever since I left my ex, I kind of haven't used Facebook a lot except for this stuff. So
Oh.
Great. Okay, I'm going to play the intro music
Let's
now.
do it. All right, we're starting.
Wait,
Get your butts ready.
Have we confirmed that we can be heard?
oh yeah,
Yeah, can someone say yes or no if you can hear us? We're on a bit of a delay, so it's going to be in like an hour that you say yes.
Brandon, yay!
Okay. Oh, hearts.
Oh, hearts.
Hearts and smiles.
Likes
and
and
laughs.
anger.
Oh, and sad.
What do we do to make you sad?
Oh no.
We usually wait until like well into the show to do
Yeah.
the
Is
sad
it because I'm out of the shot?
No, no, it's not.
Oh, we can hear you clearly.
yay.
Okay, great.
Big
Sweet.
Confirmation. So
Okay.
here we go.
Okay.
Hello, everybody in the podcast universe. This is Gayish.
The podcast that answers all of your prayers like a miscarriage on the way to an abortion clinic.
Oh no, that's ridiculous.
Welcome.
Hi, everyone, joining us for the first time. I'm Mike Johnson,
I'm Kyle Getz.
and we're here to bridge the gap between sexuality and actuality. And today we are live
We are doing our every 50 episodes Q&A.
Q&A.
Yeah.
So we're live.
Mike, can you scroll your scroller to the bottom instead of the top?
I'll scroll whatever you want me to scroll, baby.
So you guys can also see what's being
All right,
said.
yeah.
Well, if we have to keep
like,
doing that.
Stand in
it's
front
gonna
of the camera, please.
Yeah, no worries.
be... No one is... Oh, they couldn't hear the intro song.
That's okay.
It sounded like it normally does.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was real good. So yeah, this episode we're doing a Q&A. It's a little bit different than usual. We are going to ask each other Qs and see if the other person can A them.
That's right. I'm going to A your cues.
Don't A to
FYI.
ASAP. FBI. I don't know. Federal butt inspection. But first.
But first, do you want to do some news?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm unprepared for the news.
You said you had something you wanted to talk about.
I do have something I wanted to talk about.
Okay. This is the time.
We have our shit together, kids. Can you believe that? It was posted in the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Gayish podcast, a little bit ago. And it's that, come on.
Come on, what?
Come on, what? Exactly. Um,
Do you want to just say it? Say what you remember?
that's the problem. I don't remember.
Okay, well, why don't we skip this then?
Okay, we're not doing the news today because we just barely had enough shit together to get this thing live. So,
Okay, so
sorry.
That's the news.
the news.
However, I do have an announcement,
oh, okay.
which is next time we do the news, I'm hoping to have a news theme song.
Ooh.
So be ready for that.
Okay, it's got to be good now that you're like letting people know in advance.
I'm mostly saying that so that I actually follow through and do it. Because if
You've said it before though, so I don't know how this is
I
different.
know, but I didn't put a time frame on it.
Okay.
Like now I'm gonna for sure do it the next episode.
So before it was a stupid goal. Now it's a smart goal.
Yeah.
Okay, so on this episode, Mike, why don't you tell us how this is going to work?
So we are on Facebook Live. So please send your questions, and we will try to get to them. And
Well, we already have questions, and if you want to add in any, you can do those. Dan is here, monitoring. Oh,
yeah, there he is.
Let the merch get a shot.
Oh, that's true. He's wearing merch. And so we have questions and that have already been submitted from you, but also put some in the chat, and we'll do a little bit of both.
We were going to try to do something like super fancy, like maybe game show style, like keep points, or I don't know, do the newlywed game or something. But
I'm gay and tired,
But-
and that sounds like too much.
yeah, exactly. And I don't like games.
Liar.
It's a lie. It's a lie.
um,
Here's something I don't know that we've talked about on the podcast before. I own like over 80 board games,
yeah. How many of those do you play?
like 6,
Yeah.
but it's a rotating 6.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Is
Yeah.
it?
Is it?
Settlers of Catan.
Okay.
And exploding
The captain is
unicorns.
dead.
And this is the trivia you came here for.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Do we want to do our first question?
Yeah, let's do our first question.
All right, I'm gonna
Ooh.
softball both these, and I know that this has come up. It's been on the podcast. So
Okay.
let's start with Kyle.
Ooh.
What's Mike's dad's name?
Mike's dad's name is Mike Senior. Ron.
That's correct.
Oh, bing.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it Ronald?
Ronald
Is
Johnson.
it Ron Old Johnson?
Ronald McDonald Johnson.
Okay.
Mike, what's Kyle's dad's name?
okay. I'm gonna say I'm already so impressed with myself. I can get nothing else right, and I'm kind of the best. What do you do?
Leave about that much further.
Oh,
Or we anyway, sorry.
but I
We're-
want to build a bone.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm very impressed with you as well. I did not think that you would even a little bit get that right.
Oh, BT Dubs, this is going to be this is going to be actually posted as our next episode. So if you're hearing this on the normal schedule, then just know you missed out on the Facebook Live event. We were live and you could see our faces.
Ta-da!
So you'll miss all our visual gags.
Antics.
Boop.
Don't fucking touch me, Kyle.
Visual gag 1.
Fuck you.
Locked in. Fuck you. Okay. Questions.
Yeah, questions.
Oh yeah, so same the equivalent question to Mike. What is Kyle's dad's name?
I believe Kyle's dad's name is Greg.
Gregory.
Gregory.
But yeah.
You said Greg.
I did.
And in Daddy's episode, you're like,
Oh.
my daddy's name is Greg, and then you're like, nope.
Oh, and then I
don't
got
like that.
grossed out by I call him jokingly, I call him Pops, and then it stuck, and now that's what I call him, which is like I do a lot of things that are sarcastic and then turn into just things I say. So I don't know.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna stick with start out with a few just sort of factual questions, and then
Okay.
we'll kind of ease into some of the.
Those are the ones I'm more worried about.
Oh really? Oh
yeah,
great.
because-
Perfect.
The ones that have right answers.
Yeah.
All right. Anxiety, episode 140 something 7. Kyle, what's the name of Mike's fraternity?
Uh,
Mike.
SIGEP, Sigma Phi Epsilon.
That's correct.
Yeah, he literally. I was like, "Fuck you for wearing that shirt today."
I didn't cheat. That you say that 1,000 times a day, so
Yeah. And it's like all over the walls. And
Yeah,
and
yeah. Also, when I dressed up like you for Halloween, I had to figure out what it was called and try to look up shirts like that. So I did type it in a lot.
Can you hear that airplane?
I never hear anything.
Sir,
You
we
guys know
are
that.
doing a live show. Could you stop flying over my house right now?
SeaTac. Yeah, we didn't
But
put in
yeah,
our
Sigma
federal
Phi
notice.
Epsilon. That's
Yeah.
my fraternity. I'm again amazed that you remembered.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Thank you
Kyle,
so
I'm going to
much.
hit you again with
Ooh.
sort of a follow-up question.
Okay.
What is the name of Mike's fraternity brother who was on the show?
Dan.
And what is his connection?
One ball Dan. Oh.
Yeah, good, yes. And what is their relationship?
Dan is his big bro.
No.
That is incorrect.
Mike is Dan's big bro.
Yeah,
that is correct.
I knew this was big bro.
Wait, so you know he only has one ball. Do you know what his last name is?
Dan
Oh, I do.
Garlington. Nope. Dan. I do. Fuck. No.
We're really putting you on the spot here. Sorry, we're just like hammering.
No, this
question
is
after
this
question.
is
The point.
This is what I-
the point.
This is what I signed up for. Dan, I don't know.
Pounded by questions.
starts with a P, just like pounded.
Pfizer.
Very
Close.
close. It's,
Okay.
it's Dan Patzer.
Answer with a Z,
No, I
right?
didn't know that.
One ball Dan.
Hi, One Ball Dan.
Hi, one ball Dan.
If you're listening eventually.
Mhm.
All right, so back to some questions for Mike, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, by the way, I think that expectations have been set too high. I don't think I'm going to do well at this.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to.
Don't try to reset expectations so that it's impressive if you get one right. I see what you're doing.
Let's do something sort of recent. What are the 2 segments Kyle did on the last episode of Gayish?
The 2 segments.
Uh-huh.
So not that he did the news, but like what were his segments?
Yeah.
We talked about jerking off, and Kyle.
Yeah, that
That's
was the
not the
episode
answer.
topic.
That is not an answer to this
Stall
question.
tactics.
No. I'm trying to remember. So like, he did Gata. So he did the information about jerking off, like percentages.
Okay, that was a gimme.
Yeah, and he.
Gimme Gate. Gimme Gate. Gimme more.
Is
My
that the
new
new
song.
bumper for Gata?
Yes. Oh my god. Now announcing. No, I don't. No, I don't want to do
See how easy it is, Mike?
that.
And I don't remember the other one because I'm nervous.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Do you listen to me?
Do you listen to you?
Who
What was your other segment, Kyle?
It was the cornflakes.
Oh yeah, cornflakes.
Cornflakes.
Great
that's
point.
right, yeah.
Excellent work. Good job.
Point to Kyle.
Thank you
Point
so
to
much.
Kyle.
And since we hammered Kyle with a bunch of questions in a row,
Bunch in a row.
let's try this one. Name as many foods that Kyle dislikes as you can.
Okay. He hates pickles. Fucking hates
Again, that's the gimme.
hates
Gimme pickles.
hates pickles. He doesn't care for soup.
Okay, you, yeah, but you conflated me and Trevor because we had a lot of overlap in things we disliked, but he was more opposed to soup than I was. I don't love soup, but it's fine.
Okay. You don't like food that says it's Tex-Mex but isn't.
Oh, okay. That's so true. Well, because nothing in Seattle is Tex-Mex. And the place that we went to before it closed down, because it had shitty Tex-Mex, is like, we offer Tex-Mex and barbecue and burgers. And that's automatic. You are not. Like, I need...
If there's a burger on the menu, you can't be Tex-Mex?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
Correct. If you
What
walk
if it
in...
has avocados and jalapenos. How do you say it? How do you say it in Texas?
Jalapenos.
Jalapenos on it.
Jalapenos. Like the regular way. No, that doesn't count. If you like, you need to walk into it. Can't be a chain. You need to walk into a place that is greasy, family run. They like, you come in and they're like, sit somewhere. Like that's going to be your good. A little bit too small. You can hear the kitchen from where you're at. That's going to be your solid Tex-Mex.
And how does it differentiate from just like, so I used to live in South Park, which is very Latino neighborhood. I'm used to like weird, like fluorescent lighting. You walk in, like it seems like there's nobody working there. Like, yeah. You sit down and like suddenly there's like a 8-year-old kid who brings you your chips and salsa. How does Tex-Mex differentiate from like what I call family Mexican, or
I-
from like what people in Seattle tend to call authentic Mexican?
Well, Mexican has that has mole sauce. That's one difference. I think Tex-Mex is greasier. I don't totally understand the difference, to be honest, because I don't know why it's so hard. It's like not that complex. It's like quesadillas are like tortillas and cheese and beef if you're me, and like I don't know. I don't understand how it's so different. Maybe there's more butter and grease. I don't know.
So it's like porn. You know it when you see it.
You
but-
know it when you see it
Yeah.
because someone's coming. Just like me when I eat quesadillas that are real. Okay, we're gonna have a few announcements.
Yeah.
I'll start with the first one, and that's about Patreon.
Okay, great.
So we are updating the different Patreon levels. And now I don't have those in front of me, so I'll have to do it from memory. This is almost like I asked myself a cue.
I believe in you.
Thank you. Okay, new levels. They're the same dollar amounts, but okay, so at a $2 level, you will now, in addition to getting a shout out on the show, you will also get episodes posted a day in advance. So you'll get early listening, so they'll come out on Wednesdays. That's another thing. I'm saying it out loud, so now I'm committing myself to it. So those will come out early.
And if you get it through the Patreon RSS feed, you will have ad-free listening.
Yep, exactly. And you can listen, you can grab the RSS feed, put it in any podcast player. So once you plug in the RSS feed, then from then on, you get it in Spotify or Apple Podcasts or what have you.
Yep.
$5, you get the bonus stuff. So we do bonus segments. Those are going to start coming out. We release our regular episodes on Thursdays. You'll get them on Wednesdays. And now we're going to release the bonus segments on Mondays. So you have like a little bit to tide you over to kind of spread out during the week. And then we release a bonus episode every month. $15 level, you get a Your Bullshit is Bullshit t-shirt. And
Which you're wearing like we planned it.
Yeah.
not something I've changed into last minute. And we will read 100 words that you send us. And
Just like Ron Burgundy and the teleprompter, I will read whatever you put in front of my face.
Mm-hmm. And 25, you get everything plus the 3 items of merch that you want. And then at 50, you get to pick an episode topic. In each of the levels, you get all the things on the lower levels.
I think even more importantly, you get a video phone call
you get
with
to
Kyle and
talk
I
to us.
to figure out your episode.
Okay, that's enough plugging our shit.
And
Because we're amazing.
and when you say items of merch,
I need to, not truly.
yeah, not truly, but you can
Got a-
get coffee mugs.
Hey, Mike.
Of course,
Hey,
Dan
Kyle.
created a Dan-focused merch item. Oh, it looks like I'm okay. So that's enough plugging for now. Let's do more questions.
Let's do more
Alright.
questions. Yeah.
Where did we leave off? We left off with. Oh yeah.
Oh wait,
Questions
I
for
got on a
Kyle.
tangent about Tex-Mex.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we were talking about.
You didn't
what foods-
keep naming things I don't like.
Oh.
I think you don't like beans.
I've got correct. I've started to get more into them, but
There's one pizza related.
Pineapple on pizza is a no. Are you anti-pineapple in general, though? That's one thing I don't know.
they're fine. I wouldn't kick them out of bed.
Are you in the no warm fruit category of people? Like, do you hate like fruit pies and stuff? Or
I didn't realize that maybe that's what I don't like. I don't like fruit pies. Warm fruit.
yeah, I've heard people describe their dislike of pineapple on pizza as like, I do not eat warm fruit.
Oh no,
And
for
they
me
expand
it's,
on that to like, I don't eat apple pie. I
it's
don't like-
not okay. It's not that it's warm fruit there. It is because I am a human person with taste buds.
Oh, Kyle. Okay.
Also, I want to commend you, Kyle, on you've been engaging very well with the camera.
Hi everybody.
When you look at the live stream, like you're looking right at our
Yeah.
listeners.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm used to trying to make it about me.
All right. So a question for Kyle. Let's see.
I also don't like mustard.
That's right. You don't like mustard.
Mustard.
Is that the end of the list, though? Did I did
Oh.
I miss any obvious ones?
What else don't I like?
You sent me an actual list, but I didn't copy the answers. I
Oh.
just copied the questions.
relish.
Oh yeah. Relish is gross.
Yeah, jalapenos.
How do you feel about? Oh no, never mind. I will save that for later.
Pussy juice.
Yeah.
Unless it's tofu.
Okay.
Oh.
But surprisingly, pussy juice on tofu, delicious. Who
Okay.
knew?
That sounds like a good time to start with another question.
Why?
So as of today, because I know he knocked at least one more off this past week. How many state capitals in the U.S. has Mike visited?
Mike has visited 41.
Mike?
That is incorrect. 42.
Okay, I was
wow.
legit close. Wait, did you visit 2?
I visited 41 and 42.
Okay,
this
I
weekend.
did see your post about 41.
I
So
didn't know that he visited 2 on this trip either.
Okay.
Yep, I went just the last few days. I went to Columbus, Ohio and Lansing, Michigan to increase my count. And my like bullshit answer was that I wanted to end the year having seen more capitals than I am old in years.
It's a very specific goal.
Yeah, you know.
All right, so are you going to do that going forward, 1 per year?
No, I think I want to wrap them all up next year.
Wow.
Just like fucking do it, get it over with. I have in case people give any fucks at all, there are 4 on the East Coast that I'm going to make one big trip out of. I'm going to do Dover, Delaware, Trenton, New Jersey, Annapolis, Maryland, and Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, all in one thing. Those cities are shockingly close to each other. And then I'm going to do Phoenix, Arizona, and Santa Fe, New Mexico as a trip. And then the other 2 are Sacramento and Helena, Montana. That's the 8 that I have left.
Wow.
So Puerto Rico still gets taxation without representation.
Yes, it's not a state.
I know, but I just feel bad for them.
Oh God, if I have to start going to like territories? Capitals,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Guam.
I'm not going to
Guam, the Virgin Islands.
Yeah, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Because anyway,
you're not allowed there.
I'm not allowed there. If I'm going to take a trip to the Skank Islands, like that's
Slut Islands. Joey Miller said in the comments, I still don't know if fucking Dan is a verb or adjective. That's the point, Joey Miller. You figured it out. Also remember to shoot if you want to ask questions, ask them in the group. In the lives thing.
Yeah. And Michael C. Perry asked cilantro.
How do you feel about cilantro, Kyle?
I don't really care. It's like it's not there for any specific purpose. It is just a dumb thing people put on to make it look green. Like it's stupid. Now that I talk about it, wow, I hate it, but not on the taste, on principle.
So I really like cilantro. I think it's great.
No, you don't. It doesn't taste like anything.
It does. It tastes like cilantro.
It does not. It tastes like it looks green. It tastes like your eyes see green.
And for our non-U.S. listeners, coriander.
Coriander. That's right.
Mm.
Coriander / cilantro.
Culinary school in a couple of weeks.
Oh.
I gotta,
You don't-
put down knowledge.
So
Aren't you making pastries though?
Yeah,
Oh, don't put.
you can put pastry around savory things.
Yeah,
You ever
that's
had
true.
a hand pie?
That sounds hot.
a ham and cheese croissant.
Yeah.
Is a hand pie like a cream pie, but with your hand?
Oh God.
You put cum in your hand, you stick your fist in, and then let it go, and then pull it out.
Yep.
Hand pie. Anyway, what?
So cilantro, there's like I think it's genetic. Some people it tastes horrible. It tastes like soap.
So
like they just cannot fucking stand it, and it's because God hates them and gave them a gene that makes it taste bad. And so I feel for those people. Like if there was something that like legit, there's biology behind it, you can't eat it because it's terrible for you. My heart goes out to those people because if you don't have that gene, cilantro is delicious, in my opinion.
No, it's not. You don't. You think you like it.
This is the riveting content people wanted to sign up for.
As a little teaser,
Yeah.
so after we do the full main episode today, we're gonna do our Patreon episode, and we're gonna stay on the live feed. I think it was
Yeah.
So you get it for free this week, and I have a bunch of questions about me that I'm gonna ask the guys and see who knows me better, maybe. But I'll tease with one question now.
Okay.
Which
Are
is
you asking yourself a question?
no, I'm gonna ask you guys. a question
Oh,
about
we
me.
have to. Oh boy.
What is the food that I hate the most and don't even like to walk past in the grocery store?
I feel like I know, and it's not. My brain isn't.
Shrimp.
Nope.
don't know.
I-
Cat food?
I want to say.
Wow.
Yes, just yes or no, Dan. Is it cat food?
It's not cat food.
Okay, no. Then
I want to
don't
say
know.
like deviled eggs or something weird
No.
like that. No,
I love deviled eggs.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you'll
Also, they
find
have-
out later.
Oh,
Great.
I mean, you love deviled eggs because they're called devil.
Yeah.
Dan is very.
Cedric hates deviled eggs.
Dan is
Oh, I knew somebody did.
very creepy. If y'all didn't know.
Me?
Yeah,
Me?
but in a
Little me?
yeah, but
but
wouldn't you?
Yeah, I agree fully.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You would.
Yeah.
I
just put
figured
up
you would
a
like
all
that.
black Christmas tree. Yes, I'm
Mm.
creepy. Yeah. All right. I think we're on to Kyle, and
Okay.
based on a question that came up
I hope so.
in the chat room, Josh Johnson asked, "Are Mike's brothers going to make another appearance?" And before we answer that, how many brothers does Mike have, Kyle, and what are their names?
He has 2 brothers. He's the oldest. Middle one is Marty. Youngest one is Murph.
What's
Nice.
his what name is on his birth certificate though?
Michael?
That's my name.
Right. As
He does go by Murph. There are a
goes-
lot of people that have no idea what his real name is because he goes by Murph.
yeah, you always say it, and I'm like, who are you talking about? Marty, Martin. No, I don't know.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
And then so do you guys have any plans for them to come back on the show sometime? Or?
Well, so one thing that we've talked about a little bit over the years, wow, that's weird, is when to revisit episode topics. We've so far not done any repeats, but there are definitely topics that we've sort of touched on that we definitely need to do again. So if Kyle wants
Yeah.
to touch on my brothers again, I'm sure that they would be.
I mean,
happy to
one
be
more
back
than the
on. You know who you are.
I've only met one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which brother have I? No, it doesn't even.
But yeah, we definitely. I mean, my brothers would be happy to be back on.
Your Murph once had the idea of doing a companion podcast called Straightest, where they like reply to the things that we talk about in Gayish, which I loved that idea.
I love that idea too.
But yeah, up to you, Murph.
All right, Mike.
Wait,
Yeah.
do you know my bro? I'm gonna take a. Do you
Oh,
know
wait.
my brother's name?
Yeah, Kellen.
Okay, that was fun.
Is he older or younger?
He is older.
Yeah.
Kyle has one older brother named Kellen.
Is he hot?
End of list. Okay,
Oh wait.
he is, and that makes Kyle uncomfortable.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just weird to like. It's like someone being like, "Your dad is hot." Like that's a weird thing.
My dad is hot.
I've met your dad.
Is your dad hot?
I mean, he's pushing 70 now, so like.
That's not an answer.
Oh, yeah.
We'll post pictures of everybody's dads later.
I don't want this.
I think we're on Kyle, maybe. Should we go into the like more free form questions? We'll do some of those.
Yeah, I feel better about those.
What does Mike like most about playing Dungeons and Dragons?
Oh.
So now you both have to think about it.
What does I?
This is definitely a listener submitted one.
Mike is like very outside of D&D. He is the dungeon master, so he like gives us our campaigns. If you don't know about D&D, he gives us our campaigns, and like he plays the enemies. He kind of says if we, I want to fuck this lady. Did I do it or not? And he says yes or no. So I think you like best in general, you are like caretaker kind of person. So you kind of bring everyone together and like are in charge and help everyone have a good time. And I think that's what you would like best about it.
That's correct. I would say something very similar to that. I enjoy facilitating. I like hosting. I like being the conduit through which people come together.
Do you host?
God, I don't. It's because I have a roommate, and like that's why he got to go. If for no other reason than so that I bang more.
I mean, can't you put a crusty sock on the door or something? What's the
Yeah. I mean, it's a good point. There's still something like I don't know what it is. When you live with somebody and you, even if you're not in the same room, if you know that they are in the building, it like psychically life is different.
No, some people like that. Some people are like into one guy like took me when he like there was only a curtain between us and like his like other people that were in there. And so like we fucked, and then later he was like we were talking, and he was like, yeah, like I did that on purpose. Like I like that. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Sure.
I mean, I banged two dudes in the same like 6-hour period. Well, in Europe when I was
When you
living
lived here, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I want to. What do I want to say? I work from home. I converted the closet in my room into an office, and that's where I work. And I know when he's home, and it doesn't actually change anything about my life. It doesn't change anything. Like I won't even see him, but the fact that I know that he's present changed something is different in my brain. I don't know. Anyway,
You
whatever.
can close the door. Did you know about this new door functionality?
Fabulous new technology. Doors.
Also, I think it's ironic that you work out of your closet. There's
Yeah.
something there, like Harry Potter style. I don't know. Okay.
This one's for Mike.
Hmm.
Another sort of odd open-ended that Kyle will have to think about a little bit here too, what the answer is. Would Kyle, this is a listener submitted one, would Kyle rather date a dude with Popeye's arms but who wouldn't do breath play, or date a dedicated choke dom with slender arms?
Okay, it's a little bit of a trick question because Popeye's forearms are big, but his biceps aren't that much to write home about. So I think as written, it would be number 2.
How about in the
such a Mike answer?
I know that is. How about in the intended way the question?
I think you would rather have giant arms than get choked. So
No, you can because so big arms are great, but like even medium arms like can be toned and look good, and also that's something you can change.
Yeah,
I can be like, for my 1-year anniversary, I want you to have giant arms. The better to choke you with, my dear.
I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll
blow your dick down.
your dick down.
That's a good one. Yeah. So, oops, sorry. For Kyle, this is a multiple choice question.
Oh,
that
wow.
Someone submitted.
Someone got fancy.
Does Mike fantasize most about A, a silver daddy in a bigger Jeep, or with a bigger Jeep?
Oh, out jeeping him.
Yeah. B, a hot BBC that is a rapper. C, a young twink with a big dick. Or D, Kyle if he were A, B, and C.
Well, I can rule that one out pretty quickly. Mike, do you know what? Is this for sex? For fucking
fantasize.
Fantasize.
What does he fantasize most about?
Wow, this is difficult. Mike, do
Is
you
it?
know? It's very well. Do you know what your answer is?
Yeah, I do.
I would say BBC.
BBC.
I think C.
I mean,
Especially
it was
Especially after the jerking off episode.
Yeah.
it was between the two.
Yeah. No, you're super right. Like that was the
Conundrum.
That was the conundrum.
Conundrum.
Yeah, that's right.
He loves the British broadcast. Company.
Fake off.
I like a giant black dick, but I don't know that I want him to rap at me. That no.
You're inside of me. I love it. It feels good.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, Gary knows. Gary got it right.
Yeah.
Gary, this isn't about you.
Oh, Gary. That's Gary from Portland that we
Yep.
met at, or I met him at, Gary with the biggest porn collection of anyone I've ever heard of ever.
Yep, Pride
Everybody.
48.
Yeah. All right, then a question for Mike. I think we're on a question for Mike, yeah. When Kyle started painting his nails,
Yep.
what color did he most use?
Not quite black, but more like a plum, like super, super dark purple, so dark that you might think it was black.
That is correct. Wow. And even like down to my new, well, it looks shitty. What's my least shitty nail? None. Okay. My new like nail polish is a little bit purpler and like it's a little bit sparkly when you apply on. So I'm hoping that like, yeah. Also, I have to make the decision now of when I go home, what am I going to do? Am I going to leave my nail polish on?
For the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think I've decided, like, it's not just my family because, like,
It's Texas. You'll get hate crimed.
yeah, it's yeah.
I
Yeah.
think you should go all in. I think you should do French tips
Mm.
or acrylics.
See, I don't even want that myself. Like, that's not just I want to. It's easier being gay in a place like Seattle where like where I live, that's super gay, like where everyone is pretty chill, but to like do that, so I don't really push myself, or like, I talk about being authentic in spite of what people think. So yeah, maybe I'll have to like kind of push my comfort zone.
Nice.
That's what I call my butt.
I believe in you.
Thanks.
That was a question for Mike. Yeah, okay. So for Kyle, is that no? Okay, yes. I have two related questions, one for each of you. For Kyle, how many lifetime notches does Mike have on his bedpost?
Oh man.
Does Mike know the answer to this?
Let me think. Okay, what counts as a notch?
Oh,
I'm gonna be
okay.
on Mike about it. Like, did it have to be in my bed? Probably not.
No.
Did it have to be anal or
Let's like if you were pressed to say what's the number of people that you've had sex with?
Okay.
Just what's your gut? Gray radio.
Oh, that's the noise we're gonna. I have a swing I'm gonna make, but
Yeah.
I'll wait for Mike to have his guesstimation.
Okay.
Ready?
15.
I'm gonna go with 34,
Wow,
33, 34.
that's way, considering there are two periods that extended like so long of your life that you were married and monogamous. I thought it'd be 34.
Yeah, that's just a I mean,
List them in order.
How many of those were this year?
This year's been a big year for me.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
year's
How
been,
big?
yeah, the biggest. That's not true. Let's see, how many this year? 10, 11?
Wow, a third of your number this year?
Yeah.
That's great.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I just recently hooked up with this guy who was like, pulled out his phone and had a list of all the people he had hooked up with.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's really intense. And he was like, yeah, because I'm a good gay. And I like, he has like noted when he got testing so he can go back and notify people if anything happened. And like, I was looking at the list. So I was on there because we hooked up once before. And then he had like, dude. And like,
I used to keep a database.
Wow.
Database.
Yeah, because I was in a this was pre-prep. I was in a HIV prevention trial thing that was evaluating whether very quick limited interaction sort of checkups of like, how are you doing, and during when you're getting tested every 3 months or 6 months or what, I think it was every 6 months back then, versus a much more in-depth, like sitting with a counselor and talking about your feelings a little bit. And they were evaluating if one of those was more effective at preventing seroconversion.
Ugh.
So I had to know how many people I'd had sex with and what I'd done and all that.
Talking about your feelings with like a doctor that.
All right. So this, I believe, was from I know it was from the same listener who sent both these in. So this is a similar question for Mike about Kyle.
Okay.
And I'm going to read it as it was written, but I think one of the words, there was an autocorrect issue. How many bitches has Kyle put on his bedpost this week? I think it was notches. I think notches was what it was supposed to say.
I like how many bitches got all up on my shit.
Yeah, and I guess in this case, your bedpost is a euphemism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't think they actually sat on my bedposts. That could be hot.
I think, perhaps surprisingly, the answer will be 0 or 1. I'm going to say 1.
It's 1.
Yeah.
Woo! And I topped.
Wow. Good for you.
nice.
I know everyone's like, "Oh, verse bottoms are just bottoms," and it's not true.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
It is a lie.
As fucking Dan knows.
We work hard for that verse. All right. So a question for Kyle. This is in the spirit of Pod is my co-pilot, where Taylor the Latte Boy often asks questions of his co-hosts Rodan and Taffy, and it seems like it'll be like, what song did Cyndi Lauper sing about? Anyway, one of them seems to be like really easy, and then so this was a user submitted, and it's very hard. How many seconds long is the official Gayish theme music ringtone? Brought to you by Mike Johnson.
For me, 30 seconds.
Let's make this a like Mike. What do you think it is?
I don't know. I wrote the fucking thing. I have no idea. I'm gonna say
I put it into the episode every single week. I should know this.
Yeah.
27 seconds.
Kyle's closer. It's 46 seconds long.
46?
Is that-
Really?
It's
The
both.
ringtone.
It's both verses, though, right?
Yeah, the ringtone.
It's the long.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I forgot that was there and longer.
yeah, yeah. I forgot that existed. So
Yeah,
if you want a ringtone,
On the merch page at the very bottom, you can download the song.
yeah,
Someone said, oh, I missed the old theme song. And then like because they just got to the episode where like the new one started. And then a few episodes in, they were like, correction. I like the new one. So
all right. That was a question for Kyle originally. So something for Mike. Another math question.
Mm.
What is the circumference of Kyle's anus in millimeters?
hold on, let me figure it out.
Let me finger it out.
I don't.
I told you some of these questions that I got right. There's no answer. There's no right answer.
There isn't a right answer.
I mean, there is.
-2.
Aw.
It collapses inside of itself like a black hole. Also, I see a lot of people talking. Hey, people in the chat room, send us a question.
Yeah. Feel free to ask questions, and I'll.
Well, one that we didn't when we were back on the food thing. Shane Clausen said thoughts on sweet potato.
Oh yeah, that was
you have strong opinions about sweet potato fries.
Oh, also, I'm glad we're dipping back into this deep vein of interesting things. Let's talk about the food we like. Sweet potato fries, they're stupid. They're even worse than cilantro. Okay, Bob's Burgers, because I fucking love it, has a song that they go, regular fries are the best French fries. Sweet potato fries are overrated, that is my exact belief. I'm Bob. Yeah, they're dumb. Like I think they might be healthy or something, so that's the only reason to eat them. Otherwise, regular fries are Thanks, Shane. Shane says very, very fascinating. I'm presuming he's being sarcastic, but I'm gonna just go like it's regular. Thanks, Shane. Thanks for your very supportive message.
This one, what was your favorite podcast episode you made from Josh Johnson?
Oh.
First of all, Josh, lovely last name. I'm sure we're related because nobody else has that.
Yeah, that's actually on the questions for both of you as well. Like, what do you each think the other one thinks? Like which? So each of you right now think of what's your favorite episode, and then what do you think the other person's favorite episode is?
Okay.
Yeah. You got a mic?
I don't know what you think that's. Okay.
My favorite episode is.
Wait. Let him say what he thinks your favorite episode.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say dogs.
Oh,
It's up there.
Because that was very personal and touching, and like where like we started talking about dogs, and it was like dogs fun, and then all of a sudden it was like here's this deep emotional relationshipy thing that I didn't know was gonna get that deep.
Yeah.
What's your actual answer?
My actual answer would be weddings. I really, really liked that episode a whole bunch. It's different. It's I think the most unique episode that we've had, and because Kyle and I, if you haven't heard the episode, Kyle and I we recorded our parts separately, and then Kyle edited it into a single episode. I think it's super powerful and interesting and poignant, and I liked it. I think I'm going to guess your favorite episode is also weddings.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, that's episode like 30 something.
Every episode since has sucked. We've done 120 episodes of bullshit.
Maybe that means we should do this more. If we liked that episode, that was also really difficult. So I really love editing. That part is a lot of fun for me. This one also, like, usually I just kind of listen and cut things out as I'm going through, but it's, not too, I mean, like, I don't have to listen to it 1,000 times. This one I had to listen to a ton of raw audio. Usually I like it raw, but this was a lot. And I had to like go through all of it. I had to like make notes about like what we said so I could go back and figure out, and I had to like find, this was like the fun but tedious part of like find what the connections were in our, and like figure out what the story was, because we just recorded a bunch of rando shit. So yeah.
Nice. I would say like we should do like a make you cry super cut of like breakups, dogs,
Consent.
weddings, yeah. There's some deep ones out there.
Yeah, the gay divorce episode, I definitely
Oh, yeah.
lost my shit on that one.
Yeah.
What do you think is like the most
almost-
fun episode? Like if someone wanted to listen to an episode that would like make them laugh till they were crying. Do you guys have a thought on that?
Okay, I was trying to do this thing where I like find old clips, and I started listening to old episodes, and I'm at the point where I'm like, oh, everything's terrible. I think it's like my mindset. I'm like, once I post it, I can't go back, and I think that's like with all my stuff. I like reread stuff I've done, and I'm like, oh, this is horrible. So I think I need to like put them in the past. I don't know what would be funny or interesting.
I remember fisting being a really fun episode. I like that episode a lot.
I will say rimming is one of our most popular ones, which that one we did not get super deep because you can't when you rim. Depends on how long your tongue is.
Yeah.
I can touch my nose. Anyway.
So it's a bit of a follow-up. Shane Clausen, what's one podcast subject you want to cover soon, or new segments? Do you guys want to reveal what's up? We've taken to trying to plan out the next 4 episodes.
You wouldn't know by the beginning of this, the start of this live stream. But yeah, we tried to plan a few weeks in ahead, and I don't remember what they are.
Ooh, fun question.
This is
we're gonna do one on fruit.
Yeah.
End of list.
That's all I remember.
So the one after that, which will be the first one of 2020, which actually goes into another question from Jean Doe. Do you guys plan on doing any New Year's resolutions? Our first episode of 2020, the subject is going to be fitness.
Yeah.
And I know all 3 of us are sort of making some not, I don't know if they're resolutions, but like we're trying to up our fitness game, I think, in 2020.
Yeah. Do you remember what the rest of our upcoming episodes are?
Cigars.
Oh,
I know we have to decide the 4th one today after recording. So if anybody has any suggestions, I see a segment suggestion, but I think Gary suggested hand job. I don't know if that's just like right now he'd like to see a hand job, or
Yep.
Oh, and Michael C. Perry said the pedophiles episode had the best jokes.
Oh. Wow, I don't remember what they were. Were they really offensive? It don't seem like they would be that. One that I've wanted to do for a while, but it's just felt like too big, is gay voice.
Yeah.
And I think it's like a burden I've put on myself to be like, you and I both have recordings that we've made of talking to our dads, because we were going to use those for other things and we haven't used them. But something I would love to do is go through those and listen to how we sound different when we talk to our dads.
Yeah, for sure.
Versus when we talk to each other.
I want to say the brothers. The episode. It was one of our earliest. Well, I should say your earliest episodes. That predated me.
I didn't even know you then.
Oh yeah, was that before Thanksgiving of that year when I met you? Yeah. One of my, because when I was binging way back when, one of my notes on that episode was that like Kyle butched it up.
Did I?
Yeah. When you were talking to Mike versus when then the audio cut to you just talking to his brothers without Mike around.
Mike left.
I was like, whoa, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
That's I assume that happens, and I'm way gayer when I talk to other gays. Yeah.
All right. Let's do some sillier ones, maybe. I did have a follow-up question from the circumference question that really I don't think there's an answer. We'll do the related question to Mike. What is the medical reason for Kyle's tiny butthole?
So I'm not sure. I mean, he has a tiny butthole. I know that they fixed it with a bilateral sphincterotomy. But I don't know.
It's a lateral.
Okay, unilateral.
They unilaterally decided to fix my butt.
I don't know what genetics.
Wait, does that mean your butthole is lopsided?
It just means I think it still goes up and down. I don't know. It leans to the left, then it leans to the right. Cha-cha, real slow. I mean, it's because I have a tight sphincter, and then medically confirmed by a doctor. So it's like, it sounds like I'm trying to make it hot when I'm like guys with big dicks, I usually prepare them like, FYI's, this is not going to be a like boop and then go to town. And I'm like, this is not me trying to be sexy. Yeah. This is telling you I confirmed to have a very tiny butthole. But
I think what the question is probably getting at is like, why were you in that doctor's office?
Yeah. So the reason,
a fissure.
Yeah. So I had a fissure that would not heal, and that's because I feel like I hopefully say this enough that people know why I talk about having a tiny butthole, is because I was not good at, everyone was like, no, you're fine, like telling me how I feel and telling me you should be able to like take this, and so I just thought that I should, and I was just being a baby, when really later found out I have a medically confirmed small butt, so I need to like do more prep, and they need to be slower, and I need to be able to say when it doesn't feel right, and it doesn't matter if you think I should be able to take more, like so yeah, I got a fissure from that, and because my butt was so tiny, it didn't heal through any of the normal non-surgical means. So that's the lateral. It's not a sphincter.
Sphincterotomy. I think that'd be the
removal. Oh no, it is a lateral internal lateral sphincterotomy. Yeah. I call it they had my butthole removed. But yeah, they cut one side of it, so now it's like it's kind of like you air it out and let it breathe. It's like hanging out your clothes to dry. And they could have, I kind of wish they would have done both sides now, yeah. because I just want to be like, just open it up, just like, let's let everything in.
Oh God,
air this out.
Somewhat related question, this one's for Kyle. What unfortunate thing happened to Mike during a phone interview?
He shit himself. I know this because
thanks, Big Fatty.
That did not come from Big Fatty.
Really?
Remarkably, yeah.
I mean, it's hilarious to me because I didn't have to be there, but I also think everyone, okay, on the theme of we like to talk about shit that people don't talk about. Like, I think everyone has at least one shitting yourself story.
Absolutely.
Is that what Shark Week is all about?
That's what Shark Week is on Big
nice.
Patty's show.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Someone's asking a question that'll be great for our Patreon segment later. So, maybe it's a good time for another announcement. Do you guys have another announcement?
Oh yeah.
We kind of plugged it a little bit, but we have, if you haven't gotten merch, we have new merch. They include Mind the Gape, featuring it's unrelated to the UK thing. We have stretch goals in the shape of a butt plug, and we have what else? Hey Mike, hey Kyle.
Hey Mike, hey Kyle.
We have mugs, shirts. I think that's mugs and
shirts and stickers.
Yeah. So go to gayishpodcast.com and click on the merch button.
Yeah. Do it.
Awesome. All right, let's this is not a softball question. This is not for me. I'll just preface it with that. This is a question for Mike. What does Mike miss most about Trevor?
Oh wow.
Oh boy, let's really get into it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I warned you guys.
I haven't. Okay. I have.
That actually. Oh, sorry. They submitted that as a question for Kyle. But yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What does Kyle? Yeah, what do you think? And then
So I have. I feel like I'm trying to do better at this, but when people ask you a question, you start answering and then I interrupt you with the real answer, which is what you like. and I'm trying to stop answering for you and believing that I know you better than yourself, but sometimes I do.
so Mike, do you have in your head what it is?
Yeah.
I have what Mike thinks is the answer,
Oh.
and then I have the real answer.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Okay. That's
What Mike thinks the answer is he misses the companionship, being able to spend time with someone, play video games in your underwear, cuddle, that stuff.
okay.
No. You have to tell me what you think the answer is.
I oh God. Not a softball at all. Okay, no,
No.
I'm good. Thank you.
You don't need Truly.
No, I truly do not.
This episode brought to you by Truly. Truly, it's better than White Claw. Think. This is actually, I mean, if Truly wants to give us money, that's cool. But
I mean, I should just go with the first answer. The first answer that popped into my head was I really loved big spooning him like a lot, and I miss that. Like every night when I go to bed, I think about it. Like I have a big old pillow that I grab onto, and I kind of hold it the same way still. And that's what I miss more than anything. Because like when you share a bed with somebody long enough, you learn things about just their body and how it moves, and what the best way for both of you to sleep but still be in contact with each other is. And we were always super compatible that way, and it was always really good and nice, and I miss that a lot.
when you were Big Spoon, did you sing "Your body is a wonder"? Your body is a wonder.
Oh God.
Use my hand. No, that wasn't John Mayer. This is Kyle Getz.
Yeah.
Okay, the real answer is you like taking care of people that need it, like fixing people.
I suppose from a certain perspective, the right answer is that he's broken, and I like that.
You like yeah. You like Dan's face.
Whoa.
Dan just got the real uncomfortable face. I did see. I missed someone in the thing asked, and I think this is just you can answer this. Are you going to get a new dog?
Oh, eventually, yeah. Right now, I'm really enjoying the freedom and lack of responsibility that I can just like pick up and go to fucking Ohio and touch a state capital, where I can go to the bars on a random Tuesday and not have to worry about the dog and taking the dog. I'm really enjoying that. I'm also a dog person, and I love them, and I will eventually have one in my life for sure.
Yeah, it was really cute when got me a little jealous when my dog saw you when you let me in today. He just like walked right up to you. He doesn't get excited to see everyone. He has to know people a little bit before so he like got real excited to see you because I think you give him the good scritches. Mm-hmm. And he just like walked right beside you. Like now I'm walking with Mike. And I was like, oh, okay, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, can we have a little cameo from Reynolds?
He's staring at me like I'm comfy right now.
His tail's wagging.
Reynolds, come on.
He's
Come
such an old man.
little downward dog, tail wagging, a little.
Okay, ask the next question. While
We'll keep, yeah. And so this is a, this is, I think, the only question submitted for Mike that was maybe similarly. It's as close as I can get without crossing some lines that we established. That's the boundaries.
Okay, great.
What's the best thing about Kyle? So Kyle, think about what you think the best thing about you is.
Oh man.
And then we'll let Mike answer what he thinks it is. And then maybe similarly, you should say what you think Kyle thinks is versus what you think really is the best thing about Kyle.
I don't think that's unfair.
Oh God.
He's caught on my.
Oh God.
Oh, I pulled out.
How rare.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, fix
I'm
it.
all good.
The best thing
It's
about Kyle. The best thing about Kyle.
What does he think the best thing about him is?
Oh, what do I think the best thing about
And then what
me
is
is?
really the best thing about him?
Oh, well,
See, we're turning it around a little bit here.
Yeah.
You
This
set a
one,
precedent.
Yeah.
I think he thinks the best thing about him is that he's funny. I'm gonna guess. I think the best thing about him is that he's smart, and this
Wow.
whole like playing dumb thing is a game. It's a show. It's not who he really is.
He
It's a
pretends to be
show.
bad at
You really
sports.
think so?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. What's history? I was gonna say my best quality is empathy.
Oh.
I when I did like one of those work like questionnaire like things from HR, like not the Myers-Briggs, like one that like is proven to actually be right. I got you. They score all of your things, all of your different qualities, like out of 10. And empathy, it's like a 10 is like, this is a fundamental piece of who you are. It is a central piece of who you are, and you will never change that. And empathy, it was 10 out of 10. And my boss, who worked in HR for like 7 years, was like, I've done a lot of these, and I've never seen a 10 on empathy. So,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
which is why conflict makes me so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, BT Dubs, I forced Reynolds against his will to join us. So he's here sitting in my lap for as long as he will oblige. Which
and people always ask what
click.
mix is Reynolds?
He is a Dachshund Cocker Spaniel mix, which then everyone is like, oh, what's that called? And just try to call it something, because you'll get just like cock doc or
Cock wiener.
there's no combination that really works out.
Yeah.
But he's adorable.
Ta-da!
Doxy poo. Oh no, the poo is from poodle. Never. I was thinking of cockapoos, and yeah, they're right.
He does have dachshund poos though. They're long and skinny.
Indeed. So a couple sort of
And his poos have back
silly
problems.
questions for Kyle. Someone submitted the question, why are you so cute?
Aw.
Because I'm stupid.
Oh wow. And then another question, why hasn't Kyle blessed this miserable world with an OnlyFans account yet? What's the holdup on this?
Oh yeah, then you haven't listened. I have never sent a dick pic ever to anyone. Ever.
Really?
Never.
Wow.
Never ever.
Wow.
The closest I've come to doing that is taking a picture like in my underwear so you can like see the outline, but never sent a dick pic, and I will not.
Wow. What's your
I just
what's
know.
why
I
that
don't,
boundary?
I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want that to be out there. Like anything on the internet is permanent, and I just don't want my dick out there for people to find.
I've sent dick pics to people in the chat today.
Great. You can see Dan's dick in our Discord server.
Yeah.
Yeah. One other announcement that we'll make is as part of or do you want to why don't you say this?
What?
Shakespeare?
Oh yeah, Shakespeare. So we said that when we reached a certain amount of money for Patreon for income, that we would be able to afford to make Shakespeare, which has been a passion project of mine for a while now, where we take a Shakespeare play, gender bend it somehow to explore an LGBTQ theme, and we've started casting calls. We actually put out a couple of announcements in some places, and people are starting to send their resume and voice samples in. So Romeo and Julian is going to be the first season. We hope to start production on that in early 2020, and it's all because of Patreon. So thank you so much for your support. You're really helping us to create more content, and I'm thrilled. I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, so this is brand new for us to do. So we have to buy all new equipment to support an audio drama. We have we're able to pay actors to do this, voice actors, which you want to like doing creative stuff myself. I know that like being paid is very rare. I mean, same for the podcast. Like it's in general very difficult to get paid for things. So the fact that we can pay voice actors is huge. I'm really excited about that, and really glad that you all have helped us enable us to pay voice actors to create queer content. So thank you.
And your Patreon subscriptions also help propel Gayish forward.
Yes.
It's not strictly, we're not just funneling all your money off to Shakespeare. It's it's lifting up all boats.
Yeah, it's going to help a lot with doing our live shows too for 2020, because there's travel expenses and all of this stuff costs money too, the equipment and the hosting fees, and So you're definitely keeping us afloat, and at least making sure that this isn't a losing proposition for us.
Yeah.
Cool. I realized I was gonna do another like Patreon teaser question that someone submitted that's sort of open-ended. And it kind of when you were talking about your empathy being your strong suit, someone asked me if the way that Mike and Kyle jokingly treat you badly is a joke or that you're in on, or like how does it make you feel? And honest, it's definitely a joke I'm in on. Like the fact that they call me fucking Dan goes way back to me
When you were a
calling in
listener.
yeah, I was a listener and calling and correcting constantly. I know they do it like it's a fun gag for the podcast, and I know it's having that sort of fun antagonistic relationship in like not constantly, but it's part of why I'm here. And but it doesn't ever make me feel bad, that's for sure.
Do you want us to try harder to make you feel bad?
That is incorrect. We told Dan he had to say that, so he seems like he's on board. Really, we only let him out of his cage every now and then to record this, and then he has to go back. He likes it more than we planned, so that's a little weird. But he's an asshole, and he's a big asshole. He has one.
A gaping asshole.
Yeah.
I'd rather be fucking Dan than not.
But some of the truth behind it is that like when Kyle says he had he's got empathy in spades. Both these guys do. We talk a lot before the episodes, after the episodes about our personal lives, and we've been there for each other a lot through hard stuff in the past year, and I really value that. And, yeah, listeners might be shocked at how insightful and sweet Kyle can be, given he puts up this sort of like joking, I'm kind of a jerk kind of,
Yeah, genuine emotion makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
My goal today is to make you guys as uncomfortable as possible, and Big Fatty's going to help me out with that in the Patreon segment.
Oh, great.
So if you want to hear more from Dan,
stick around
for Patreon. Yeah, should we?
So looking at the comments real quick, Alex Quinn, you said, what city are y'all from? If you mean us and not just the people that you're chatting with, the show is taped in Seattle, Washington. I grew up in Yakima, Washington, which is in eastern Washington. Kyle is from Katy, Texas.
Yeah.
Where was he born, Mike?
I don't know where he was born. Were you born in Katy? You were born in Katy.
Katy is a suburb of Houston.
I don't actually know where you were born. Wow. Connecticut or something?
No, I don't know why that's funny. Just because it's not there. I was born in Denver.
Oh,
Denver, Colorado. I only lived there for like 2.5 years, and then I moved to Venezuela, Maracaibo, Venezuela, and then moved to Katy, where I've lived until I graduated college.
Ta-da!
You've been like Zilla and then Seattle, right? You've been pretty
Zilla, Spokane,
Cheney, Spokane.
Cheney, that's right. I've been there.
Yeah.
So
I have a question.
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Should we take a break?
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. Okay. Y'all aren't going to be able to hear it, apparently, so we're going to sing it while it plays.
Right. Oh, God.
Well, now we can't hear it either.
Nobody.
All right. We're going to sing it, though. This is the part where Mike and Kyle take a break. Shut up, Dan. During the break, we usually...
This is when we would start our Patreon segment.
Yeah, or pee.
I
or
legit
top
have
off
to
our
pee.
drinks.
Is that okay? Do
Yeah,
you think?
Yeah,
Go.
the Kyle and Dan show now?
Yeah.
La, da, 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 da. Wow.
Yeah.
Mike is not profesh. She should just hold it like a...
Yeah.
That's a fetish. You're into pee stuff?
Yep. I am
Is
into
that
pee
one
stuff.
of your... It's like one of
Piss,
those...
spit, nips,
But
pits.
what-
That's my
That's
my
your
shorthand for like...
Is that your Todrick Hall remake? Nips, piss, spit, work, or whatever. But are you specific? There's something that I don't understand, which is the holding your pee until like the very last minute, which like, ow, that's a fetish.
Last minute
for
of
people.
what?
Until you like have to like you can't hold it no longer.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Like just throughout the course of any random day.
I don't know what the details are.
Oh, wow. I could see how some people might enjoy that pressure. I mean, in particular, the as the bladder fills, it puts pressure on the prostate. So I could
Oh,
see
does it?
there being some, I think. Yeah. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I'm definitely into water sports, as they
All right,
say.
we'll find out.
Yeah. um yeah, I hate that question, like what are you into? Like
Oh,
it
see,
feels like lazy to me to ask
well,
people
what do you,
that.
I mean, I like it because it's just like, let's get a baseline here. Like, let's just start
It feels really loaded to me. Like maybe it's because I'm into like shit
everything,
that like is past a lot of people's lines.
which I feel like then you can say like, and even dirtier stuff or even more like, and other
Yeah.
fetishes. And then I like, if someone says that, then I'm like, hot, what fetishes? Like, and then that helps, like, that does help to like figure out like, are you going to keep going down this or do you not want to know? Or is like,
Yeah. Yeah, so I came up with pits, spit, nips, pits as sort of like
wait, pits twice?
oh sorry, piss, pits, nips,
Oh.
spit as like those aren't that like it hints that I'm fairly kinky,
Mm-hmm.
but without like and then I started putting and other 4-letter words, and I've learned very quickly that people go straight to meth and scat, which neither of which I'm into.
Wow, that's
I'm like
those are the 4-letter words.
I
What do you
mean,
mean?
well, on sniffies, so maybe
No.
it's a sniffies
What do
thing.
you mean when you say that?
When I say another 4-letter words?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Fist.
Dick.
fist, fuck, dick,
Snot.
cock, suck.
Come.
I did once accidentally fetishize snot. Uh,
Okay, explain yourself. How
uh,
do you accidentally?
big bro. So I'm into spit. I love spit.
Yeah.
Like I was at a Christmas party last weekend, I think, with big
Where is
bro and
this going?
daddy and coach, and like big bro will just like I'll see him start to like and I'll just like walk up to him and I'll just spit into my mouth like at a Christmas party, like not a kinky Christmas party, just a Christmas party, that kind of thing.
And
So
do people see this, or is it like?
oh yeah,
Are they like what?
yeah. Oh, if
Hi,
anyone in
Nessa.
my family is in this, please stop watching. You don't
Oh,
want to know the things
stop
about
watching 5 minutes ago, please.
yes. But what was I babbling about?
I don't know. I still am stuck on the
Spit.
Todrick Hall remake.
Oh, the snot thing.
Oh yeah. How
Yeah,
did you-
so Big Bro's pup was wearing his pup mask, and he has a really fancy like handmade latex pup mask that's very like he looks like a dog when he wears this thing. It's and it has tubes that go from the nose of the snout of the dog, which is very long, very far out, up into his own nostrils. I didn't realize what was coming out of the front of his pup mask was snot, not spit, and I like just like wiped it up and licked it up, and yeah, it wasn't so bad.
I know we've gotten comments about like our immediate reaction to things or being like ew or whatever, and I guess I don't feel too bad about that because while I'm very like I try to be very positive, and that's something I've learned on the show, like be very supportive of do what you want, support it as long as it's legal and whatever. But I still have but we also want to be genuine, and I have immediate. I know it's personal. It's no one but I have an immediate, very negative, gross reaction to that. Yeah. Ugh. Hi, Nessa. Nessa joined.
Howdy, Nessa. Is this
Yeah.
where nose blasting started?
Well, okay, so you just got a little bit. That's kind of like what our Patreon segments are like. So, but stick around and we'll do more chatting with fucking Dan if I let him.
Yeah.
So are we back?
We're back.
We're back.
We are going to do our gayest and straightest.
We're going to do our gayest and straightest, but first, our website is gayishpodcast.com.
Did I think of my? Oh, I did. All of our social stuff is about Facebook because you're on there, unless you're listening to it later. So, okay, facebook.com/group/gayish podcast is our group, and then we're on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, regular Facebook. At Gayish Podcast or /Gayish Podcast.
Our hotline, you can send us text messages or leave us voicemails, especially if it's of your gayest and straightest of the week. It's 5855-GAYISH. That's 585-542-9474. Standard rates apply.
And our email is gmail@gayishpodcast.com. I still think that's really funny.
Okay, good. Me too.
And we'd mentioned Patreon. Check out our Patreon at patreon.com/gayishpodcast and help us do more shit. Help us do more shit. Gayest and straightest?
Let's do our Gayest and straightest.
I have mine, so I'm going to jump in.
Do it.
Dick first.
Yeah.
My gayest is building a shoe rack, because even though it required building, it's to build something to organize your shoes felt very gay to me. So before they were just in a pile like a straight dude, like a shoe pile at the front door, and I was like, this will not do. So I built. You haven't seen it yet. You haven't been to my place since I've been.
I haven't seen
gaying it up.
I haven't seen your new fancy rug. I haven't.
I know.
Like,
It's my rug is gay. That could have been my gay. But yeah, no, I built a shoe rack to keep shoes organized. And then my straightest, I'm going to say, is I do not. I think the gay thing to do is like really pamper your dog. I do not pamper Reynolds or when I take care of dogs on walks. Like, sometimes they want to stop and sniff things, and nope, we are going. Well, you do not get to pee on every bush you see. So they do not get like the sweet, loving, oh, do whatever you want treatment. It is, we are walking and you can sniff some, and then we're going to keep going. What about you?
What about me? So the gayest thing about me this week, I was, as we mentioned earlier in the show, I went to Ohio and Michigan on a lark last week so that I could check 2 more capitals off of my list. I was worried about snow, so I rented a full-sized Chevy Tahoe, which is just a massive, it's like triple the size of the Jeep. This thing's fucking massive. And
my mom drove a Tahoe, and you get in it and you're like, oh, I'm like atop the world now.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to jump to get into this.
Exactly, but the reason it's the gayest thing, I went to Rite Aid because I had been a little under the weather, and I ran in to get some cold medicine. And when I came out, I somehow had parked in like 3 parking spots at the same time because I was crooked, and I'm a good driver, but I was underprepared for parking that massive monstrosity. And I feel like gays being bad at parking is a thing.
That makes I've not heard that stereotype, but that makes total sense to me.
And the straightest thing about me this week, okay, I may or may not in Toledo, Ohio, gotten blackout wasted.
I always assume when you travel elsewhere that like a good third of your time there you don't remember.
But I woke up with a half-eaten chalupa. From Taco Bell.
Okay. Important question.
Okay.
Did you finish it?
Yes.
Okay, that's the great answer. That's the right answer. I sometimes do that too, where I like order food and then I forgot about it, and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, drunk me was so smart. I now have pizza.
For sure.
Yeah.
Do we have a listener's gayest and straightest?
Oh yeah, we were hoping that someone would write one into the.
We also didn't
thing.
We also didn't ask for it, so.
Let me look at some things, and there we go. Why don't you talk about something exciting that while I'm doing
something
things?
Yeah. Well, I just see Mike now going into the Discord server, so if you want to join the Discord server, you can, in our Facebook group or on our website at the very bottom, you can find a link to the Discord server. Man, this show is filled with plugs.
And honestly, the Discord server is the easiest place it's turning out for us to get Gayest and Straightest, because Brandon set up a dedicated channel.
Yeah, thanks to Brandon Pettigrew. We should keep thanking him for like setting up and managing that. We appreciate you.
I do like Mark Hagen's.
Do it.
Do you want to do that one?
Sure. Mark Hagen, who was on the Late Bloomers episode, also a very popular episode. If you want to, that one's gets a little bit more serious, but very. I think it shows the uniqueness of the gay experience, and it is not. Even the coming out movies are all like, I'm 20 something and I'm coming out, and like,
yeah, definitely not his experience.
Yeah, or a lot of people's.
Yeah. So, who do you want me to read it?
Sure.
Yeah. So Mark's gayest was that he opened Scruff for the first time in a month and had 27 woofs.
Ooh.
Yeah. Woof,
Yes.
woof, woof, woof.
Humble brag.
Yeah, his straightest was all of them were at least 1,000 miles away.
Oh, I hate that. You're like, I know I got on whatever temporary, like, here are new members or updated photos. And then you're like, oh, you're super hot. And then you're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So that's it.
That's it.
A special thank you to all of you on the live stream. We really appreciate it. We love you. Thank you for joining us and making this a fun Sunday.
Yeah. And a special anti-thank you to the people that did not join and are listening to this later. We don't like you.
I would like to say an honest, heartfelt thank you that 150 episodes, that's overwhelming. I can't believe that we have made it this long without somebody dying.
We've been close a couple times.
but this show is taken on a life of its own, and it feels it's really humbling how it feels important, and we know that it's important to a lot of people that are out there, and it is there's this grand sense of responsibility or something, and we love you guys, and we're glad that you enjoy the show, and thank you for all of your support over all this time. I really appreciate it. I know Kyle does too.
Yeah.
That's it.
Stick around if you want to hear the Patreon.
If you want to hear the Patreon, stick around. But that's it. This has been Gayish. I'm Mike Johnson.
I'm Kyle Getz. Until next week, be butch, be fabulous, be you.
See you next week.
See you next week, or in a minute.
Or in a minute or two.
Okay, now I'm gonna pee, because usually before Patreon we actually take a break. So bye. Hello. Dan, are you ready for Patreon?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
We should adjust so
Maybe I
see you.
Oh, yeah.
I can scooch into the corner a little bit more here, maybe. Oh, yeah.
I bet that'll work.
That okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I can bring my mic in a little.
This way a bit. I think I can still be in it over here. Yeah. Kyle in the middle, because that's where he wants to be.
Yeah. Little known fact, Kyle insists on being number one on the board and number one on the headphones.
He also insists on being the only one with a different colored microphone.
Oh yeah, he has an eggplant microphone because he's fancy. Yeah. What's going on there? And will there be more live streams in the future, Mike?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So one thing,
Yes.
one thing. Well, we've kind of gone back and forth
Next
on it,
question.
right? But like, one thing about being live is that we definitely feel like we are a little more censored, and we really like to just not be filtered and let it all out there, and then Kyle can edit the shit that should not go to air because it's fucking inappropriate. And so I have said we should just do all of it live. We should just be live every time we record the show, and then people who want to can tune in and see us and interact in a different way, and that kind of thing. But then also, we don't want to ruin the dynamic either. And I think that there's a lot of content that we have had that's been really good stuff that we probably wouldn't have said or explored if it were live. So I don't know. But the short answer to will there be more live streams in the future? Absolutely. This isn't the first one that we've done, and it won't be the last.
Yeah, we do every year. We do the Pride 48 live stream, which is during Pride time, where you can hear us and a bunch of other really cool podcasts. But then, we also want to do more of these.
Cool. All right. Yeah. Mike's in frame. Good.
So hi Patreon.
Hi Patreon.
Hi Patreon.
Hello.
Thanks for sticking around. Those of you that are hanging out in the live stream.
Yeah, and if you're listening to this later, we are continuing on from our live stream of the episode, and now we're going to hear a little bit more about Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my plan for Patreon today is to ask you guys questions about me and see who knows the right answer.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm nervous.
this is Who knows me, but who?
Can we just go ahead and the foregone conclusion is Mike?
We did live
need
together and work together. And know each other longer. Yeah. It's sort of unfair, but
No.
it's a mix. I think there's a few things that have come up on the podcast. Some things that it's sort of yeah. So Yeah. So I'll just maybe dive right into them.
Question 1.
Question 1. What's
What's
my pup name?
It is Scout.
Scout.
Yeah. Nicely.
Oh
done.
yeah, is this like? Do you need to
I know,
buzz
I wish
in
we had a
or
buzzer,
just?
but yeah.
So what they do it on Kiss 106.1 here in Seattle is they do it, but you say your own name. That's the buzzer. Your buzzer is your own name.
So Mike, if you knew the answer, you go Mike.
Can I just go? Wah?
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Whatever.
You can call me by my name.
So this is a callback to definitely something that was talked about on another episode as well. How many loads did I take on my first trip to Palm Springs?
Wah.
Yeah.
11?
No.
8.
No.
How many?
24.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How long were you there? Was that more than a load an hour?
Yeah. No, not more than. No, I was there for like 4 days or something like that. That was there. Yeah, long weekend.
I'm disappointed.
I will say it's been interesting since Dan has joined that I'm no longer the sluttiest.
Yeah. Well, somebody had to fill the void while you were being monogamous.
Fill that void.
So many voids.
But now we can battle it out for who's the bigger slut.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have it much hope in myself to outslut you.
This one I think this has definitely come up. What degree, or if you want to go deep, what degrees do I hold?
One is like science stuff, health and science. A bachelor's health and science.
You have a degree in biology.
That's what I meant. That's pretty much what I said.
I think
right?
it's microbiology.
No.
Macrobiology.
It's zoology specifically.
Zoology? Oh yeah.
It's zoology. There are only 2 O's in that word. I'm very picky. Both are technically yeah. It's one of those words where like I'm very picky about.
Actually, it's octopodes.
Yeah. I was raised by my mother has instilled in me like it's not zoology. There would have to be 3 O's for it to be zoology.
Zoology, like the study of
animals.
The study of zoos.
The study of zoos.
No.
You let people in by opening the
Zoology?
gate.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. No, it's
They pay $10 a ticket unless they're a senior. These are early things. Zoology 101. What's your other one? You said potentially.
I have a minor in chemistry.
That's the one I was thinking.
Which I think
you
came
like
up during our Poppers live at Pride 48.
also you've like
Poppers.
corrected shit about like acetate or acetite or I don't know things that I don't know.
Nitrites versus nitrates.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
What is this is
Wait, do y'all know what degrees I have?
Marketing and business assholes.
And
whoa.
Counseling.
Being
handsome.
Pilates.
Is that like bending while eating pie?
Army Hammer impersonation.
Okay, I don't see that, but
what? I put a side-by-side picture up on Facebook at one point. You look so much like him.
Thank you. That's very sweet when people. No, Spanish.
Of course.
Claro que sí.
Because you lived in Venezuela.
Venezuela. That's if you're Argentine.
I'm Castilian and saying
it.
Venezuela.
And I also studied abroad. Let's take this segment about you and make it about me.
Of course.
I studied abroad in Spain as well, but yeah.
Nice.
What are my degrees?
Political
science
studies, the study of politicals. And
annoying details about history.
Oh yeah.
I have a BA with a minor, and I have a BS. Can you name all 3?
Oh wow.
No.
Bet you fancy.
A BS and BS. Your bullshit. Your BS is bullshit.
your BS is bullshit.
I have a BA in government political science.
That's
with a minor in music.
Oh.
And then I have a BS in computer science.
Oh, wow.
Huh. I didn't know you actually. Okay.
And what am I about to go to school for?
Patisserie.
May we? Yeah. The program is technically specialty breads and desserts.
Are you going to move to England so you can be in the Bake Off?
No.
Yeah.
No. I think they wouldn't let me in because of my accent. I just wouldn't fit the like brand.
You could try. You could. You work on your British accent right now. The rest of this segment, do it in British.
Nope.
No.
No.
Can you just give us
That's a
one?
hard no. I have very few hard no's, but me
Wait.
doing accents.
Of
no.
all of the things about you that you're worried about being family friendly enough to be on the BBC, your accent is the first thing that comes to mind.
I don't think I've ever heard you give a no to like almost anything. This is interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get back to you, Dan.
Yeah. Did I just ask this? What episode did my voice first appear on?
I was gonna say 100, but that's when you first were there physically, so it was before that.
I think so. It took us a while to get the hotline set up, and then you were the person that first called in and left a message. So I'm going to guess 30 something, 31, 32.
Wow, I was gonna say like 70 something.
Yeah, when I went to look, because this
78.
was submitted by maybe Brandon submitted this. Brandon, did you submit this? I believe it is episode 35, Deadish.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I didn't know it was that early.
Yeah.
Do you know what you said or what you talked about?
It
Was
some
that part of it?
correction that I called in, I think.
I mean, that was
Yeah.
I presume.
It was not about bonobos or bonobos.
Bonobos.
Yeah.
Because you have a master's in zoology, so you know that.
I don't have a master's. I just have a BS. Yeah.
No, I mean, in my mind, from now on, you have a master's in
Dr.
zoology.
Dan has a PhD in zoology.
In monkeys.
Did his postdoctorate in monkeys.
Let's see. I don't know if this has come up or not, so we'll just ask it. What's my drag name?
Oh.
I don't
Or what
think,
name have I used when I have done drag?
I don't think it. I mean, whom am I to say? Because I
Yeah.
don't remember anything.
Interestingly, I remember before I listened to the podcast, I sort of knew Mike was doing a podcast, but I hadn't like dove in. But Mike and I were friends, and I got a text message like, "Hey, we're gonna go out and blah blah blah." I think it was the night that your mom and you guys and Honey Bouquet were like, it was the drag episode. It was like that, and I didn't realize it, and I couldn't make it, and I'm like so kicked myself afterwards when I realized when I got to that episode. I'm like, oh my god, I could have been there.
I'm gonna guess your drag name is Mrs. Clean.
Mike, do you once you recover, do you have a?
Oh God, I'm usually better at swallowing than that. But Mrs. Clean is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You can have that.
I don't know.
Armageddon.
I did know that. I did
you?
know that. Yeah.
A recent drag queen I've seen show up on my Facebook feed that I love is Karen from Accounting. It's just so unique and different than anything I've heard from other drag queens, and it's just hilarious. Also, for anyone that's still in the Facebook feed, if you have any questions for fucking Dan, then feel free to. Oh my God. Okay, this is more important. Stop the podcast. Charlie just posted there's going to be a US version of Bake Off hosted by Spice Girls Emma Bunton.
That's Baby Spice, yeah.
The least important of the Spice Girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't have them stack ranked like I do the Backstreet Boys.
Wow. Earlier during the main episode, I asked you guys what food I detest and will not walk by in the grocery store. Has it popped into your head?
We already guessed
You already
several
guessed,
things
yeah.
that are you sure it's not cat food?
It's definitely not cat
Dog food.
food. How dare you?
Okay.
Pup food.
You said you don't like to walk by it in the grocery store. What aisle is it on?
It's in the produce department.
Produce.
Asparagus.
No. That's a good guess, though.
Thank you. I don't know.
Mangoes. I don't know.
A lot of people don't think it has a smell, but those people are wrong. There's a reason that it is in mirepoix.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
The three vegetables that you chop up and put together to start any stock.
Potatoes and carrots and celery and
Oh my.
Celery.
Celery.
I fucking hate celery.
Celery.
Really?
Really?
It's disgusting. I will not eat potato salad that has celery in it. I will not eat egg salad that has celery in it. If I can taste it or smell it, goodbye.
Wow. Okay.
I'm gonna be Dan for a second. Josh from the feed asked, Dan, what drove you to join the Gayish guys?
Yeah. Why would you do this to yourself?
Why are you doing this for free?
Yeah, it's a good question. Obviously the origin story was me calling in with corrections, and then I think how things evolved was when I not to go too deep into it, when I left my now ex-husband, when we were separated and I needed a place to live, I called Mike. I knew he had a guest room. I knew that maybe he could use some help with his mortgage, and I asked, and he obliged, and so I stayed here for a few months. And I know I wasn't helping with the podcast then.
You basically just had to hide in your room whenever you recorded.
Yeah, sometimes for hours at a time, you're like, no, don't make any fucking sound. So I just hide in my room. And then with the 100th episode was coming around, I was going to just kind of be in the background, kind of helping with logistics. And then the person that had signed up to ask you the actual questions couldn't be here. And so I stepped up into that, and I had a really good time, but I didn't want to push it. But you guys kind of came to me and said, hey, would you want to like help us kind of on with the production side of things? And so that's kind of how it happened, and why I have a really good time. It's brought the three of us closer together, and like you guys are much, I'm much closer with both of you now than certainly before. And they were at my divorce party. And,
what is it? The NPF, non-penetrative friends. We were one of the few non-penetrative friends that were there at at your divorce party.
Yeah.
So Gene Doe asks, can Kyle and Mike guess Dan's favorite episode? My guess is going to be...
do you have your favorite episode?
Oh,
let's start there.
Fuck. You guys ponder and chitter chatter
while Dan thinks we're gonna make a song up.
Oh, do you want to do the news bumper right now? Just come up with it here and now.
No,
that's a really bad bumper.
I told you. And now it's time for the news.
No. I mean, that's pretty much, you listen to the news, and that is my reaction to most every story. Like, this shitty thing happened, and religion hates us, and Million Moms, which is comprised of 30 moms.
That's the story I was going to do. Motherfucker.
Oh.
I fucking fucked up the news today. I only had one story. We were like, maybe we won't do the news at all, but like, I really wanted to talk about the Million Moms today. And then
yeah, we'll do it now while Dan is.
So the fucking Million Moms.
Which is not a Million Moms.
No, it's like 8 moms claiming to be a Million Moms.
Yeah, all with different email addresses or something.
So Hallmark had a commercial that had some lesbians on it for Christmas. And it pissed off the 8 moms who then petitioned Hallmark and they pulled the ad. Yeah. Hallmark is no longer running the ad.
Only gays love polling.
Oh my God.
And this is right after when I did the news on a recent episode. I talked about Hallmark said they lack, based on criticism of them having LGBT representation or not having it. They were like, yeah, we're open to pitches about like LGBT stories and we're open to that. And then to do this, it's like, no, you're not open to it. Like, I always think like it's very difficult to figure out for companies what they, it's great for any new company to get on board, but it's kind of late. You're late in the game right now. It's not brave to do it now. But you want to know that they've sincerely made a change, and it's very clear from this that Hallmark is not really making any kind of difference. They don't actually believe it. Otherwise, they would have stood up for lesbians. Do we stand up for lesbians?
We try to.
Lesbians, let us know.
I mean, not like on the bus or anything.
We don't sit in the front of the bus with the lesbians? What do you mean? We Rosa Park our ass in the back.
No,
your seat.
I was in Houston here not too long ago, and I saw this dude get in this other dude's face for not standing up when a woman got on the bus. So like,
okay. I think, well, as a man, I have an opinion about this. I mean, we're all cis men here, so no one is. I think a lot of that is rooted in the misogynistic view that women are the more delicate and need a seat. Yeah. So like, yes, if a woman is pregnant, just like if a man is pregnant, if someone is pregnant, if someone is injured, like has, cast, if someone's looks older, if someone asks, those are the times I think you should give up your seat.
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
So
I think
do you know what you
did we stall for long enough?
Yeah, I think
When
I
we-
have my 3 favorites.
We are
which
able to
I'll-
vamp for however long, so we just stalled for way more than enough. Okay.
Yeah. So I've got my 3 favorites, I think.
Okay.
3.
Yeah.
You
so
have
if
3
if you guess
favorites?
if you guess any of them,
Okay.
I'll consider that a good.
I was gonna guess Poppers.
Poppers live in New
Oh
Orleans.
fuck!
That's not one of your 3?
Oh fuck! I like when I was scanning through, I totally missed it. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
You got to pull Poppers out of your underwear to give to us.
I
Like
mean,
that seems.
yeah, that like I researched almost everything for that episode and handed off my research to you guys. Like, oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. You're totally right.
Okay.
The 3 that I thought of, dogs, because
Oh.
it
I know.
makes me cry just thinking about it.
Oh.
Because we've had similar paths with our dogs, and I thought I was gonna have to give mine up because of how things were going, and thankfully that's changed.
Wait, do you want to talk about where you're at with your dog or not?
I get my dog right now. I get my dog kind of 3 days a week. Kind of. I can take him on adventures on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then I get him from Thursday overnight into Friday, which is great. He lives with my ex-husband most of the time because my ex-husband kept the house, which has the fenced yard and the dog door and the big house, and it's where the dog's familiar. It's where the dog's always lived for like so long.
Yeah.
And that seemed like the right thing. My place isn't quite as well suited yet. Yeah, but when I go back to school, we're gonna sort of we're gonna figure out what makes sense. I don't have school on Mondays, so I think I'm gonna have him probably some hopefully that I can optimize for Mondays with him.
That's the most business optimized for Mondays. Okay, I'm gonna guess another one of your favorite episodes because I think you told me this is pedophiles.
Oh, I do love to bring it up, and I loved how you guys handled it. I really someone mentioned it was one of our funniest episodes. I also really loved that it wasn't like ew gross, period.
That is.
It was like, let's talk about the nuances of ephebophilia versus pedophilia, and that it's normal for human beings to be attracted to adult sexual characteristics regardless of you don't even know the age of the person that has them. You just know that person looks like an adult and that's attractive because that's how our brains work.
Yep.
What the important thing is to not act on your sexual attraction if someone is underage. And
we both said in the main episode that our favorite episode was weddings, but yeah, I really liked that one because of it's like part of it is we don't need to giving the honest information even when it's difficult, and we did research on what this means, what's quote unquote normal for people to experience, and we need to be able to talk about like you are not a terrible person for having this attraction and you need to know that, like, then what's something else I've wanted to talk about like incest and
that's on the episode
polyamory and there are a bunch of things that I also
open relationships.
That are can be controversial. Someone actually who is like arguing with me on Twitter, who is super right-wing person, sent a screenshot of I mentioned pedophiles in our iTunes description because I think that shows people an interesting, like, we talk about a range of funny and serious topics, and he sent that and was like, you wouldn't want Twitter to see this, and I was like, actually I posted that episode to Twitter and we got really great feedback. And it's so shitty that people can call us pedophiles, and then if we say the word pedophiles back to them, then we're gross. And it's like, you started it. Also, straight people are the pedophiles, let's be real.
Yep,
like
for sure.
Straight and Christians are the pedophiles, priests are pedophiles. Like, it's anyway, okay, I don't need to get on this rant. Dan, let's learn more information about you.
I would add, I think one of your favorite episodes is going to be pups because of having Kira on.
Because I have a friend on, and I think it was really, because I'm hard of hearing, it was like, I thought it was really
you get to see the ALS
for us to figure out how to have
ASL.
a deaf person on a podcast, like a fully audio.
That is also thanks to Patreon, because
Yep.
we were able to pay the translator, which we needed to do to be able to support that episode. So,
And then the third one when I was scanning through quickly that I thought of, that this has a funny reason, pumpkin spice, because I fucking love pumpkin spice.
was that an entire episode?
I'm basic as fuck. It was. I don't think it was a shrinkage. I think maybe it was a full episode.
Oh.
But because of that episode, I went to the store and bought all the ingredients for the pumpkin spice martini and brought that to Thanksgiving the night I met
Yeah.
Kyle.
Yeah, that was the first time we met, right?
Yeah.
That was really cool to meet you in person because I had heard your voice and it's almost like we had already been talking so much.
Yeah.
That's like a cool thing about the Facebook group and Discord is like I feel like you all actually know us. Like you really do know us in a different way
Some
than
of
even
you
our
know Mike quite intimately, but
Hey, no.
see our episode about hooking up with fans. Patreon episode.
Here's a quick one. What's my dog's name?
Hilo.
You know.
I know Mike would have known that because yeah.
Why?
I can see a Hilo. I can see it because you love Beyonce, but mispronounce her songs.
So I don't know, like for sure why. I know that Hilo is a city on the east side of the Big Island of Hawaii, and you have a Hawaii tattoo, and Hawaii is important to you and your ex-husband.
I think it's something about like mythology, or it means hell or devil or something.
No, that's cool.
Is that true? Oh, I don't know if that's true. I thought.
We named our dog Hilo because that's the city we were married in.
Oh,
is that the Hawaii thing? Is Mike right?
It also means twisted.
Oh, maybe that's what
twist.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll let Beyonce know.
What is my favorite type of wine? Everybody knows Mike's red. Kyle used to be rosé, but is now
migrated.
Red.
Any?
Are you a port drinker?
Ew.
Yeah. I don't know. You drink pretty much everything I put in front of you.
I know. I was gonna. I don't know that I have an answer for this.
Wait. Is pee an answer?
No. When I bring
if you
wine,
let pee ferment for long enough, oh.
On the rare occasion that I don't just drink whatever you guys have, what do I bring?
I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
Pinot Grigio? I don't know.
Champagne.
Oh, champagne.
Yeah.
Le champagne.
Yeah.
Champagne. Okay, this is another thing that is like objectively not that great. Like people only do champagne, and I do, only to feel fancy, like only because they're celebrating something. You don't want to like drink a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
Wow, what are you writing down? You're writing down. This is just like Kyle on the naughty list.
No, I haven't kept up with what questions I already asked. No, I have drank champagne a lot ever since college. We used to go get like Cold Duck and Andre and drink like bottles and bottles and bottles of it when I was like just this punk kid. And like, yeah.
That doesn't sound like a very punk thing to do.
Yeah, that's the opposite of punk. Maybe you were doing it ironically.
Maybe, yeah. Similar question. What's my favorite liquor?
Tequila. Mezcal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mezcal.
That's what I would have said too.
The Scotch of tequilas.
Is it?
It's smoky.
It's also, I don't think, like, it's not tequila,
It's
right?
it's an agave based thing, but it's not.
They let it rot a different way?
I think so. Yeah. Oh, I think this is kind of a softball. How many people who I refer to as boyfriends
Oh, man.
am I currently dating? And you can say their names because they've all said it's okay.
Jesus Christ, 103? I have a number in mind.
I have a number in mind as well.
All right.
7.
4.
It's 3.
3.
Wait.
Oh, I was counting you. Son of a bitch.
Oh, because you don't count all of them in your polycule as boyfriends?
Right.
Ah, fuck. Okay, wait. How many in your polycule? Not including you.
I mean, that's ever evolving.
Oh, because
literally
they're
daddy's on
okay.
a date right now.
How many?
Like,
okay, I will say, how many people are you like dating? Not necessarily like boyfriends and otherwise. Not boyfriends, but like.
It's tricky because I don't use the term dating even with all of them.
Or I mean, you know what I mean? Though,
That
like connected to and like you're in.
How many different ways does Kyle have to ask this question for him to be right?
But you know,
like
I don't.
6 or 7, but they're like.
Okay.
But
like
the
how
more tertiary ones sort of like wax and wane, and like there's
You
peop-
wax
there's
them?
people that I've had that are like
only on their wayness.
Who's Wayne?
there are people who I still have very intense emotional relationships, but who have chosen to be more monogamous in their primary relationships.
So you're
we're
not
having sex.
Yeah, so you're not
per se, and
dating them.
no, but I've never dated them because we don't use that yet. Polyamory is tricky.
Learn more on our episode about polyamory
Yeah,
coming up
eventually.
at some point.
Yeah. There's another maybe challenging one.
Why don't we do one or two more?
Yeah, this is yeah. Maybe I should do.
If anyone has any last minute questions for Dan, even if you just want to know things about Dan, let us know,
Prosecco is
but-
way better than champagne. Oh, come on now. That's because you're Italian.
Cava's the worst though. Sorry, Spanish people. How many, including my ears? How many
Including what
piercings?
ears?
My ears.
Oh, ears.
How many piercings do I wear jewelry in?
103. Do your teeth count as piercings?
That's on my teeth.
I don't know, jewels or something.
Yeah. Swarovski crystals.
No.
4,
Wait, how many holes?
5, 6.
How many piercing holes do you have
How many that have jewelry in them right now?
presently?
Yeah.
I forget if you take off your dick thing for the recording because it interferes with the mic because it gets Wi-Fi. No, including your ears.
Yeah.
Oh, do you take this? I can't see because your headphones are
Headphones,
on.
yeah.
You knew this. You knew this going into it.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna say-
actually. I was like, oh, they're gonna be able to count at least some of like at least 2 or more, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Well, wait. 2. I see nose.
Is it okay? Got the 2 big plugs in his ears.
Yeah.
And then I think there's some in the cartilage up at the top of his
There's
ears.
like at least 3 on one side, and probably on. I'd guess on the other side. 'cause
and then
it's
his
same.
nose. I think 7.
9.
8.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good job, Kyle.
if we average ourselves, we're a person.
Yeah. I have 2 lobes, the big stretch lobes, 3 helix, which are the upper cartilage.
Oh, okay.
My septum, my tongue, and my guiche.
Yeesh.
Guiche.
Yeesh.
Which is the perineum.
Hmm.
Now, that's what I called in about. It's not the peritoneum, it's the perineum.
Mhm.
That was my episode 35 correction.
Things.
Yeah.
There are certain times in the podcast where I'd get to just stop listening to either of them because I don't really. It doesn't.
Dan,
I'm
what
not
do you
gonna remember.
and Daddy use to clean the sling?
What is dubbin?
Oh.
You've been to dubbin.
Yeah.
My sling is hung, but my sling room is not finished, so we actually haven't used the sling yet. So
Spell hung.
William Hung? What would you use to clean it? What does one
I'm
use
not-
to clean
It's
it?
leather. It's the like nicest one that Mr. S offers. But it's I'm assuming I'll use something leather friendly. But yeah, if you guys if folks have suggestions of what I should use to clean my sling, send them to fuckingdan@gmail.com or at gayishpodcast.com. Yeah.
Great.
Wow, that's a very specific recommendation request.
Yeah. So this might be the last one. Maybe we'll have more time. This is from Big Fatty.
Okay.
What gauge is fucking Dan's Prince Albert?
I don't know what any of the gauges mean.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know like what size is what.
So
How big are your ears?
My ears are 3/4 inch, but so that doesn't help because they're bigger than gauges.
Oh.
So the smallest gauge is like maybe like 18, 20, like very, very thin. And then like a 00 is maybe about as big around as my pinky. So zeros, 00 are big, and 18 for this. The bigger the number, the smaller the gauge, I guess. It comes from needle gauges.
8.
2. I'm gonna say you like it thick.
Wow. It's 6. And the trick question of it is it's pierced, but I don't wear anything in it. Yeah. But
Doesn't it close back up after a while, like my butt?
Nope.
Do you
No.
pee like a Klingon then?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Really, it trickles
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, the piercing, the angle of the piercing kind of keep it, but it can dribble a little bit, yeah. And then the related question, which is not about me, but what gauge is Big Fatty's PA?
I didn't know he had one.
Neither did I.
Nor did I. 12.
A 12 gauge, like a shotgun.
I don't know. I didn't know what that is.
I don't know. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm curious. We're on a little bit of a lag, so people in the chat room type in what you think it is.
I'm gonna guess the Big Fatty's PA is a double long.
Double long. You ready?
Yeah.
Michael C. Perry's right. It is a 0 gauge.
A
which
zero
Wow.
is-
gauge.
I figured someone in
Really
there would
big.
know the true answer.
Yeah. When he wrote that to me, I was like, oh, I guess I understand why people call you Big Fatty now.
Mm.
He's got a fatty PA.
Yeah. I mean, the PA at least is. Yeah.
So thick.
Great.
Yeah.
Mm.
Certainly. Yeah. We already talked about that. Yeah.
Does he
Uh,
take it out for the humpity bumpity, or is that?
I doubt it. I mean,
Isn't that
it's
one of
there
the
for-
reasons to have it?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get
You
it.
get like sensation inside.
I
which
just
is really
worry that it would
nice.
get stuck on something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it depends on what you wear. I once I had my first relationship out of college was with two guys. The three of us lived together. I think our first trip together, we went to Portland. We were staying in a hotel. We were all fooling around, and one of their Prince Albert caught on my tongue ring, and so his dick and my tongue were like locked together, and thank God there was a third person there to unlink us. So
Ow, that's like,
that's why not to wear circular barbells in your Prince Albert. Wear a closed loop.
jeez. Okay.
What I did get a kind of a funny listener question for me, which was who of Mike or Kyle gives more of a shit about this podcast? I was like, damn. And I honestly, I don't think I can answer it. They're both so fucking dedicated to this and work so hard and are so passionate about it. I honestly, I don't think I could stack rank.
Thanks. That was a great PC answer. Now, what's the real answer?
No, I honestly like. You get each of you like brings such different things to it and also like fulfills different elements of what's needed. Say Mike, like anything techs on the tech side of things, Mike's sort of our technical person and make sure that we have a great board and great microphones and that all that. Kyle does like almost all the editing, which is I have dipped my toe into Audacity enough to like find clips to put on Instagram, and holy shit, even that's work. And I'm sure it gets easier over time as you get more used to the thing. But and Kyle brings his marketing expertise, and it's you guys are maybe this goes back to the question of like why am I like I'm constantly surprised and delighted by like how much passion you guys have for this stuff. And for this podcast and your listeners, and want to like when someone complains about something or we do something when we fuck up, you guys you want to make it right, like you deeply want to make it right, and hopefully we've done a good job of that.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks. That's very sweet.
Oh,
Well, why don't we stop it there for Patreon?
sure. Yeah.
And if anyone else wants to ask questions, we'll stick around and keep answering them.
Sure,
So thanks for listening to Patreon.
Thanks for listening, Patreon.
Yeah. Thanks,
And then-
Patreon.
Just because I interrupted your thing, so that's going to make it say thanks Patreon again, so I can edit.
Oh, thanks, Patreon.
Cool. Needed a clean take.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's a look
Let's all
behind the curtain.
let's all answer Steve's question. Do you, Nathaniel, prefer cut or uncut? And why?
And why? I love them both. As we talked a little bit, I think we talked a little bit, maybe it's just in the Patreon for the circumcision, what ended up being the circumcision episode instead of the foreskin episode.
Yeah.
I really wish I hadn't been circumcised. I think, it's natural to have foreskin, and I like the reasons behind it. I'm not a fan of the medical complex brutalizing children's genitals, and someone in my family almost died because of a circumcision. So
Damn.
I have strong feelings about it. One thing I do love is that an uncut dick slides in easier, I find, both down the throat and up the ass. So I'm a big fan of foreskin. That's, yeah. My favorite porn star actually like was circumcised and then worked to like get his foreskin back, which is Al Parker, who passed away, but
Worked to get their foreskin back.
yeah, did like foreskin restoration.
Can I do that? Can I
Yeah, there's ways with like you wear this device that like sort of stretches the skin out over time. Just
Huh.
like, just like my earlobes are stretched out, your body will adapt over time to stretching and create
Interesting.
tissue or yeah. Yeah.
I and definitely I have said in the past and stand by it. I am like multitude of dick lover, shapes, sizes, colors, cut, uncut, medium cut, rare. I like them all. So I will preface with that. I really enjoy playing with an uncut dick, and I wonder if that's because I don't have one. That like it's fun. It's also very fun to blow because you can like stick your tongue in it.
Yeah,
and
there's
do
more
like
things
fun
to do.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, you, Mike.
Uncut. End of segment.
Wow, that was easy.
No,
Yeah.
I like them. I like them both.
Yeah. I would love a world where they were all uncut
Yeah,
for both political and personal
Yeah,
reasons, but
more for me. Yeah, more for the like, don't cut up your kids.
Yeah.
Or let them have the, I guess, the option or whatever.
Okay, 12 seconds, and then it'll be 2 hours. That's a good place to stop, right?
That
Yeah.
is a good place to stop.
asks, when are you taking off your clothes?
Oh, in about 3 minutes after the feed's over. So enjoy that fantasy.
Actually, Kyle probably will take his shorts off
That's
once
true.
the feed ends because he changes into shorts when he gets here.
Yeah, the moment I get here, typically I'm so warm blooded. I immediately take off my pants, put on shorts, and then when I leave, I have to change out. But I just do in the living room. Y'all have seen.
Yeah, we've seen you in your underwear plenty of times.
That's not.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for sticking with us for 150 episodes.
Yeah.
Look forward
Yeah.
To at least 150 more. Good
Yeah.
Lord, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. I'm out. Oh, by the way, I'm quitting.
Oh.
This was our other announcement.
Oh.
See ya.
Min. No. It would not be the same. We have Gene to ask if we have a YouTube channel. We do have a YouTube channel.
YouTube.com/Gayish podcast.
But do we have any plans for it? We have.
Any plans for it? Fuck.
For the, not for a.
Wait, we said bye and now
They know
we're-
what we're. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Oh,
no.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Maybe. It's like a whole separate thing. Like it's a lot of extra work. I don't think that's on the immediate priorities, but we would love to do it if we had more time and I think we're focused on like creating other podcasts right now.
Yeah.
Would love to do YouTube and more videos because we really like doing those. Those are a completely different thing. So
Okay, bye. For
Okay,
real
now
this time.
bye.
Bye.